This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You're greatly appreciated. Come on in, make yourself at home. This channel is for movie lovers and collectors of all type of genres, all type of formats. Doesn't matter if your format's VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray, digital, Laserdisc, Betamax, 3D, 4K, doesn't matter. Same with the genre, horror, action, drama, sci-fi, fantasy, good movie, even kind of a sucky movie. Again, all collectors, you guys are welcome here. This week, again, keeping with the Halloween season, the Halloween genre, the horror genre, wanted to focus on my favorite format, 3D, and animated horror type 3D animation movies. I love 3D animation. They have the ability to do a little bit more than they normally would with a live action. You see a lot more pop outs, and it just kind of draws you into the picture a little bit more. So these are in my collection. Stay to the end. You'll see my favorite 3D horror movie. So without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. I'm just going to jump into my collection with a three-peat here. I believe when I purchased this, it was cheaper to get the set as opposed to getting these all separate. You know, I'm a baller on the budget, so I love saving money while getting my physical media. But I'm going to jump into the first one, Box Trolls. And all these are part of, I believe it's Laika. If it's not Laika or Laika Entertainment. This first one is a 2014 adventure, animation, comedy, fantasy, family film, Box Trolls. It's directed by Graham Annabelle, produced by David Blaman, written by Irene Brignall. This stars Steve Blum, D. Bradley Baker, Max Mitchell, Ben Kingsley, and Jared Harris. And the story behind this, you have an orphan boy raised by underground creatures called box trolls, come up from the sewers and out of the box to save his family and town from an evil exterminator, Archibald Snatcher. This is kind of a Halloween movie, kind of animated horror, so that's why I included this. Basically, all three of these are. The second one is Paranorman, Paranorman is a 2012 action-adventure animation horror animated film. This is directed by Chris Butler, written and directed by Chris Butler, produced by Carl Bayer. This stars Cody Smith-McPhee, Tucker Albreze, Anna Kendricks, Casey Affleck, Ben Affleck's little brother, and Christopher Mintz-Plasse. With this story, in the town of Blythe Hollow, Norman Babcock can speak to the dead, but no one other than his eccentric new friend believes his ability is real. One day, Norman's eccentric uncle tells him of a ritual he must perform to protect the town of a curse cast by a witch centuries ago. So this kind of reminds me of another animated film, a little bit so, and that's actually later on in the video, so stick around for that. And the last one on this set was actually the first one that they did. This is Coraline, 2009 animated family fantasy film. This is directed and written by Henry Selick, produced by Alex Hyndman. It stars Dakota Fanning, which I forgot Dakota did the voice for this. Terry Hatcher, you might know Terry Hatcher, I believe, from The Housewives. I believe that's her. Jennifer Saunders, Dawn French, and Keith David. And with this, you have a young girl discovers an idealized parallel universe behind a secret door in a new home, unaware that it contains a sinister secret. So these are the three in nice little UK slip cover here. And you have the outside artwork. And you have the 3 discs here. You have the Boxtrolls, Coraline, and Paranorman. Let me just slide out the back artwork here. No real back artwork. This just gives the titles of the movies and the front. So my first 3, Boxtrolls, Paranorman, and Coraline. Next we have Hotel Transylvania. This is a 2012 animation comedy family fantasy horror film. This was directed by Genndy Tartakovsky, written by Peter Bainham, and produced by Lydia Bodogoni. Some crazy names here. But this stars a litany of stars here as far as the voices. You have Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, Selena Gomez, Kevin James, Fran Drescher, Steve Buscemi's in here. Who else? John Lovitz. That's all the names that I actually recognize. And just like the last 3, that's what I love about animated 3D. You have a lot more ability to have pop-outs and have the depth with animated films as opposed to live action. And these are just rolling around here. Let me clip you there. And this is the beautiful back art and the front art. Again, very good movie, even if you're not into animation that much. The vocals, again, Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, John Lovitz, Steve Buscemi, they really bring life and comedy to the movie. So my next pick, Hotel Transylvania 3D. And if you're familiar with the franchise, they had the first one, had to get the sequel, Hotel Transylvania 2. This came out in 2015, animation, comedy, family, fantasy, horror. And it has most of the same people in it as far as director Genndy Tartakovsky, written by Robert Smigel, produced by Lisa Bechart, starring Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, Selena Gomez, Kevin James, Steve Buscemi. Who else is in here? Molly Shannon from Saturday Night Live, Dana Carvey from Saturday Night Live, Mel Brooks is in here, Sandy Sattler. I didn't know that. I'm wondering if that's in relation to Adam Sandler. John Lovitz. And that's all the names that I recognize. Not a bad follow-up. Again, they kept the same voices, and this is a used copy that I got. Again, I'm balling on a budget, so, and I would like to possibly get a new art for this, since it's a little ripped off though, but the disc plays fine. Hotel Transylvania 2 did a good job as far as keeping the comedy, keeping the same people, and again, great 3D. Hotel Transylvania 2. And being somewhat of a completionist, if I can, to round off the franchise, Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation. This came out in 2018. Adventure, animation, comedy, family, fantasy film. This was directed, again, by Genndy Tartakovsky. I'm sure I'm killing this guy's name. Also written by the same person, Genndy Tartakovsky. Produced by Michelle Bordoka. Starring basically the same cast, again, Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, Selena Gomez, Kevin James, Molly Shannon, Steve Buscemi. You have Keegan-Michael Key from Key and Peele. Jim Gaffigan, Mel Brooks, Sunny Sattler. So I'm wondering if those are his kids, Adam Sandler's kids. I haven't seen this one yet. This is, and if you're, again, a 3D collector like I am, this is like one of my pet peeves. When they release the first 2, they give US releases, then you have to like scour the internet to find the import 3D. They do the same thing with think Spider-Man Homecoming had to scour the internet to find that in 3D, and that's out of print. And I'm not sure if this was out of print now or not, though, but I was able to get all three. I haven't seen this one, so I can't verify how good or bad it is, though. But if it's anything like the first two, plus it has same of the returning cast as far as the vocals, the same director, I'd imagine it's on the same level as the first two. So this is my Hotel Transylvania Collection 3D set. Next, we have the 2006 adventure animation family film, Monster House. This was directed by Gil Kenan, produced by Jason Clark, written by Dan Harmon. This has another laundry list of actors or voices. You have Ryan Newman, you have Steve Buscemi, who was just in Hotel Transylvania, all three of those, Catherine O'Hara, Fred Willard, Jason Lee, Kevin James, Nick Cannon. I didn't realize Nick Cannon was in here. Kathleen Turner. So you have a variety of different voices in here. And the plot behind this, monsters under the bed are scary enough, but what happens when the entire house is out to get you? Three teens aim to find out when they go up against a decrepit neighboring home and unlock its frightening secrets. I haven't seen this one again. If I remember correctly, though, great 3D, great pop-outs. And with the storyline, with the vocals, I'm sure they really add to the overall story. And very unique slipcover here. You have the see-through slipcover. I think the only other ones I have, I think that Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, I think that one has another clear case. So very cool Halloween animation pick. If you have this, definitely pop it in for the kids, pop it in for yourself. Monster House in 3D. Next, we have a Halloween / Christmas movie. It's more of a Halloween movie in my opinion, though, but this is the 1993 animation fantasy musical, A Nightmare Before Christmas. This was directed by Henry Selick, produced and written by Tim Burton. This stars Danny Elfman, which I didn't realize that was Danny Elfman. He usually makes a lot of the soundtracks. I know he did the soundtrack for Men in Black as well as a whole litany of other soundtracks. Chris Sarandon, Catherine O'Hara, Paul Reubens, the late Pee Wee Herman, Susan McBride, and I think those are the names I actually recognize. But the plot behind this, tired of scaring humans every October 31st with the same old bag of tricks, Jack Skellington, the spindly king of Halloween Town, kidnaps Santa Claus and plans to deliver shrunken heads and other ghoulish gifts to children on Christmas morning. But as Christmas approaches, Jack's ragdoll girlfriend Sally tries to foil his misguided plans. And I love the animation. I love the Tim Burton spin. Tim Burton just has a different quirky, everything he brings is a little quirky, little different than your average director. It's a musical, so if you're not in the mood for a lot of singing, it can be somewhat annoying. Again, I do like musicals, but I have to be in the mood for it, though. But this is a great Disney. In my opinion, Disney and Sony, they do the best 3D, especially in animation. So great 3D, great animation. And again, you have Tim Burton doing this, so you know it has that quirk factor to it. The Nightmare Before Christmas 3D. And my last pick is actually my favorite pick out of my 3D Halloween horror picks. This is a 2012 Walt Disney animation comedy family horror, Frankenweenie. And Nightmare on Elm Street was actually directed by someone else, but produced and written by Tim Burton. This one was directed by Tim Burton, produced by Allison Abate, and written by Leonard Rips. And it stars Catherine O'Hara, Martin Short, Martin Landau, Charlie Tahan, Winona Ryder, Christopher Lee, Jeff Bennett, John Donahue. So you have a lot of voices in this. And this, like A Nightmare Before Christmas, it has Tim Burton's real quirk to it. The reason why it's my favorite one, I'm a pet lover, and essentially you have a little kid who doesn't want his dog to go, so he kind of brings his dog back to life. So I had some cats pass, and that's a little traumatic if you're very close to your pets like I am and I have been. So this is kind of a sentimental animated horror film. So Frankenweenie. And these are my 3D horror animated films to watch for the Halloween season. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Smash the like. Give me the big thumbs up. If there's some animated horror that I missed, please leave it in the comments. If you've seen any of these, if you haven't, again, leave some comments. Smash the like and the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.